Hello my dear subscribers, and today we're gonna talk about pots, what I use for myself, what I feel that comfortable for me. It's convenient, it doesn't take a lot of time or effort for me to have this kind of pots. So I will just share my opinion, and then you can decide for yourself and for your conditions what kind of pots you need. I'm gonna get another pot and I'll be back. Those are my onions this year, and I love to grow green onions. I think they just go amazing with any salad. I love them with my meat. Just add one feather of this onion. I don't know if you call it feather in English. I'm not sure about that. Okay, so just add it to your meal and try it. It's very easy, and it's also an amazing experiment for the kids because they grow really fast. It's super fun to watch, and it's amazing way for kids to be introduced to gardening. It's almost 100% result, so it's kind of easy. I advise people to start from plastic pots if they keep their plants in the kitchen, like I do. I have a lamp, and under that lamp I have several plants. I have a mint bush, I have strawberry, I also have some experimental plants which I moved today to the regular sunlight, and my experiment is over finally. Poor guys, they suffered a lot. And I also have two buckets like that, two plastic pots, one with onion and beets, and another one just with beets. So I truly advise you not to combine anything with onions. I wanted to try it for myself. I did. It didn't work. So now I know that onions should be separate just with their kind. And also the same works for garlic. Do not mix garlic with anything in the same pot because they do have essential oils and they do have a different root chemicals. So it's not good for other plants. Because in the other plant, my beets, sprouts, they're very different. They're super big and super colorful. Here, they're all with the three beets. They all super curly. They didn't sprout from the center. They sprout everywhere around like the main circle. So yeah, experimenting, but I love it. I hope you like my experiments as well. If you want to try it yourself, if you don't, just trust me. I have these plastic pots, and I advise plastic pots for people who want to grow something in the apartment, like little vegetables. They want to grow onions, they want to sprout something, because actually you can sprout and eat a lot of greens from different vegetables. It's great too, and you can conduct these experiments as well. I keep it so wow, that would be a lot of mess. I don't have any holes in this plastic pot just because I don't like when the water flows out. They drink a lot of water. I don't like any dirt on the counter where I keep food. So that's why I keep it in the plastic pot with no holes. The only thing you have to understand that you have to master the watering if you keep your plants in a container like this with no holes, because water will be at the bottom. But I just use very simple method. So I usually, if I'm not sure should I water it or not, how you can check it, you have to weight it, because you know when the pot is still moist, the soil is moist, it's gonna be heavy. I'm telling you, that's heavy. So as soon as it will get lighter, much lighter, I will water it. Before that moment, even if the top layer of the soil is dry, I will not water it. You also can use the wooden stick like I have in my plants, like right here. See, the stick is almost dry, and the dirt here is dry, and it goes off very easily. So this pot needs some watering. But on the contrary, this pot, the difference is very, very clear. And this spot, I don't need to water it for another couple of days. You can use the stick method as well. So just use the chopsticks. Yeah, just put it inside and then you will be able to tell what is happening on the different layers of your pot, if it makes sense. So you reach the bottom, and then you take out your stick, and then you see maybe it's rotting. That means that it has a lot of water on the bottom, and maybe the topsoil is always feels like it's dry. So they will reach the bottom because the bottom is not that far, and they have a very, very, I don't know, furious root system, can I say that? So they're very aggressive in their root system. They will take over that pot, I'm telling you. Onions have the root systems like crazy, so they will reach the bottom, they will get the water, and other plants as well. Just do not overwater, but for me, it's easier to learn how to not overwater than, you know, clean around my pots, especially if I have a wood. Then, you know, it gets stains like a wooden table or wooden counter. I'm telling you, it's better to understand how to water your plants. Okay, I'm gonna take it back. Otherwise, I'm not gonna know what was that plant. Oh. Okay, I will figure it out. Okay, that's the only way I use plastic pots if I keep it on the table. The same with so this is for food, this is vegetables for your balcony or your kitchen, and this is flowers. This absolutely the same system. So I got that plant from the local shop, and it does have holes, so it has two problems. I never get my soil watered enough, especially in the center, because usually when you water, it goes, you know, to the sides of the pots and it just runs out. If I will water that pot, the water will not be in the soil in the middle where the plant needs it the most. It will run to the sides, and then, you know, it's dry again. I have another one. It's the same system. Usually it's very difficult to water this kind of plants and this kind of pots if they have holes. The problem with this kind of pots that water runs out, it's always dirty, and even if I have a plate under, then it doesn't have a sense for me. If I have a plate under the pot and I have some water there for around another week or so, so some people pour some little bit more of water so the water keeps in the plate, but it's the same system. Then I have water on the bottom of my pot, so it can cause the same rotting, it can cause the same problems, the infections. So I think for me, and then you pour out this water and then you water your plant again, so it's another portion of water, but the bottom is still super wet and soggy. So for me, it doesn't have any sense. I would rather, you know, have the cloth pots. I won't have any problems like I do here. Like, it's always dirty. I have to repot this one. I haven't bought the pot yet. So yeah, that doesn't work for me. It's always wet. I have to put it in the sink, water it, you know, wait until all the water will, like all the extra water will drain out, and then only then I can put it somewhere. So for me, it's much easier to just get the pot with no holes, and still the same principle. I can weight it, so for me it's easier to, you know, weight my pot rather than take every pot to the sink. And I know that this plant is very heavy. I know how much it should weigh. Like, you get that feeling. You just understand. And so yeah, I feel that there's still much water there, and I don't need watering for another week or so. With this kind of pots, you only water once in a week, once in 2 weeks or 3 weeks, because if you don't live in such a hot climate, the hot climate is my camera just fell down, but I caught it. It's okay. I need another tripod for my camera. It's okay. And the same system, sometimes I conduct some experiments and I just use the aluminum can, and yeah, the same system, no holes, no drainage needed. I just know how to water. And this one, like, I can even feel that the bottom is heavier than the top layer, so I don't need to water it for another week or two. So for me it's easier. It takes not that much time. The same with this kind of pot. Well, it's not a pot, I just reused the box, but it's the same for me. It's still very moist. I can feel that it's very heavy. I don't need to water it for another 2 weeks. That small pot, if you had holes, you have to water it almost every day. So for me, it's much easier with no holes at all. There is no point for me to make holes in this kind of pots, especially in this one. Yeah, it's much easier. And another kind of pot I want to tell you about is this Textile. Okay, come here. Oh yay, I have them in 3 sizes right now: 10 liters, 15, 30, and 40. Oh, I have 4. Yeah, I do have a lot of them. Yeah, that's right. This one is 40. This is my blueberry. Here she's 3 years old and she's blooming great, and I just love the flowers. I love textile pots. I love them so much. I really advise you to try. There's so many different kinds. I chose this one. It's not very dark and it's not very light. So it works great for me because darker your pot is, more heated it's gonna get when the sun will hit the surface. So this works for me greatly. I love it. It's a lot of air goes inside. It's the root system is healthier than here. Although for plants I don't care. For this I don't care either, because I'm gonna use them for sprouts, and then when they are done I'm just gonna throw them in my compost. It's not like I'm gonna grow here for years and years. This one, yes, this one for years and years and years and years, and I'm gonna use it a lot. So textile is very easy. It's much easier. I have the same amount of soil here and here, but this one is much lighter. The bag is, you can fold it, take it away if you're done for your balcony garden for this year. It's very convenient to store. I have around 20 of them, and it takes like a little box like this. I just fold them all together and they do great. And also hugging them is a special thing. So sometimes, especially when it's heated under the sun, I just love the feeling. I just love to hug my pots. That's weird, I know, but try it and you will catch this bug. It feels great. I love to tap them a little bit and love to hug them. They don't have any problems on the bottom, just don't overwater, but they do want to be watered more frequently, and that's why I use it for vegetables, because then I have a control over how much water my vegetables get, because for some vegetables it's very crucial. And I just love to plant, and I love those pots. Yes, of course, so many advantages like air pruning and stuff like that, but for me it's very, very, very convenient, what I discovered for myself. So here I have 3 tomatoes and 1 Mary. Okay, so my phone fall down, but it's okay. It's okay. It's okay. Okay, so I'm gonna show you the trick I use a lot. Okay, so right here I have a textile pot, and I have 3 tomatoes and 1 marigold inside the pot. And when they are little, it's okay for them to be lower, not like the regular. I never put the soil till the top, so I put it kind of lower, deeper in the pot. And then when they will grow, I will add more and more soil, but in a plastic container like this. Oh, it's so heavy. So in a plastic container like this, I don't want the sun heat my onions, so I plant them deeper as well. But I won't be able, to give them light if I wanted to. But while the seedlings are so small, I can, fold and give them more sun if I want. And when they will grow, I will unfold. See? So it's much bigger now. If it was plastic, they won't get any sun here inside. But because it's textile, I can fold it to the level I want, and then my little plants will get a lot of sun, and I will add some soil so they will get more roots. And for tomatoes, more roots means that they will have better fruit in the end. This is a very wonderful way to, you know, keep your plants. And other way for the textile pot, I will ask my assistant to show right here. So this is a big pot. This is 30 liters. I'm so sorry, 30 liters. And I have a cabbage here. So cabbage plant is very big. And right now I have a little bit of soil. So you can see that it folded in half. And then I will add some soil when it will grow bigger. So it's absolutely the same system. And then I will just, you know, unfold it. See? So could you please show it inside? Yeah. So see how much space I still have here, and I don't have to fill it up completely right now. I will keep adding the soil while my plant will grow. And next year, maybe I don't want to, you know, plant any cabbages anymore. I don't know how it's even possible, but maybe that will happen. Yep, careful. Yep. Okay, so see, now it's smaller again, and all the plants will get the light they needed. If next year I don't want to plant cabbages here, I can fold it even more, you know, and have very flat pot for my radishes, for example. So I can reuse these pots in the way I need them. I can fold them even more and get the flat. For example, if I want to sprout onions, I don't need so much soil. I don't need to fill the container to the top, because in plastic containers, your vegetables won't get sun. But here you can fold it, they will get sun, but you don't have to waste your soil, because soil can be very expensive. Okay, thank you so much for watching. If you want to know how I sprout my tomatoes, how I germinate my tomatoes, you can watch the other video where I explain how to not waste any tomatoes and how to get the best result. Thank you.